Hello. Court is calling 2024 CR 010023C. Can I have parties announced?
Andrew Garcia, State.
County Joe Stenberg, representing Sandra Torres.
And are you Ms. Torres?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in count two, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams. That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2, and they're recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 6 years. Did you understand that's a recommendation and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay.
State, any evidence?
Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objection, Your
Court will
Honor.
accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We're ready.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yeah, she understands what she did. She understands the environment that she was in. And she needs to make a lot better choices in the future. And she seems to believe that she can make the 6 years.
All right.
clean.
All right, do you have any children?
Yes, my daughter's 34 years old. She works in Austin, Texas.
All right, do you have any grandchildren?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are their ages?
She is 5 years old. Just one, I only have one.
All right, do you have any family here in Bear County?
Yes, yes, I do. I have both of them. I do have like, I have my own plans. I was already starting to be like an entrepreneur. And so I do have my plans already set up. This is the 3rd time I go for it. So hopefully this one will be the one.
All right, so who are these people you were with? How do you know them?
You see, my girlfriend and we usually meet in that area in hotels because she lives out on Congress and I live right here. So when we get together, we rent hotel rooms in that area. And we happen to encounter this individual, I guess, one of the individuals we encountered in one of the hotels. Because we bought grass, I bought grass for one of her houses.
Are you talking about Bermuda or St. Augustine, or are you talking about marijuana?
No,
Right.
land grass, miss.
Okay,
I'm an entrepreneur and a multi-talented person.
all right, so here's what I don't understand. You're meeting some random people at a hotel,
Yes, it was.
But
Mistake.
there are drugs in the vehicle that you're driving.
Yes, it was a wrong mistake. Because
No, it's not a mistake. Here's the thing. This is why I'll explain something to you. And I used to say this all the time to my client when I was a defense attorney. My thing was, you've already pled to it. There's no need to weave a story that's a fanciful story that it may not be true, right? So where we are now and this whole process is you pled true. I'm sorry, you pled no contest. I've read the evidence. Based upon what I've seen, I'm finding that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, which means I've read this and beyond a reasonable doubt, you did it, right? So we're past the point of trying to make things appear as rosy, right? We're just trying to get the truth. And let me just tell you why I'm trying to get the truth. Because I want to know what conditions to give you so that you will be successful on this probation. All right. Now, what I can tell you is the people in this vehicle, I don't believe that they were meeting you to purchase Bermuda grass or St. Augustine grass or any of that. This is all drug issues because everyone in the vehicle had drugs. The police officer is saying the 2 passengers in the back had drugs between them. The officer is saying you wouldn't open the door. He had you to get out of the door. A female comes and you have drugs. So guess what? Everybody in their lives, me included, I'm always trying to better myself. Hopefully your attorney's trying to better himself. Nobody's perfect. We're all just working on ourselves so we can be the best that we can be, right? So you don't have to be dishonest with me at this stage because guess what? You sign up for deferred, I'm gonna give you deferred. Right now, I'm just trying to see what conditions would be best suited for you, okay? So we're gonna start over. I find that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. I'm gonna defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. So you say you have a granddaughter, that's fine. How do you know these people that you ended up with?
The female is my lover.
Okay,
The two males, we met them at the hotel because that happened, we rent the hotel for a week.
okay.
So truly, I don't have no true knowledge of these individuals and the capacity of telling, because we had just met them and that true.
See what drugs will make you do? You're up there in a car, you and your partner are in a car with two people that you say you don't even know them, and they're two males.
That is true.
Anything could have happened.
Yes,
This
and-
could have been a Lifetime movie. You know what they would name it? Danger at the Hotel. Because
Yeah.
Lifetime movies, they always come up with these names that will get you intrigued by it. And then I will sit there and watch it and I will say, there's no way anybody did this. And then the screen will go black and you'll have a name, you know, a law named after you. So don't do that. All right?
No, so I'm grateful to on the side because like you say, as you say, you know, we just got scared because we didn't know in whose hands we were really.
Yeah,
because
well, see, here's the thing. You need to stop going to that motel and having drugs or buying drugs. You understand?
We probably run a motel downtown.
No, downtown does, let me just tell you, downtown is touristy. They don't want people buying drugs downtown.
But that
And
is
let me
the
just tell
woman
you,
there.
downtown, there's a police officer on every corner. You know why? Because downtown is a touristy area. They want people to come here and enjoy the Riverwalk and enjoy other places. Downtown is really, well, no place is really the place to commit offenses. But downtown really is for
I was
tourists.
talking about my partner and I, we go to the hotel just to meet because she lives with her mom and I live with my friend, with my aunt, so. Like, we don't like, there's no need to meet and.
I'm telling you, don't bring drugs downtown.
No,
All right.
that will not happen again. You won't see me again, miss.
All right.
You won't see me.
Court is going to sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. So how often is your partner using drugs?
Yeah, miss.
All right, well, I'm going to help you find out. This is what I'm going to do. There's to be no contact with the following. Julian A. Rodriguez. Andres, Anders. Tamallo, Tamallo Jr. And Christie Brown. Not anymore. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Guess what? If you do well on probation, you can finish early. So whether or not your probation is terminated early and you get to see her, that's 100% dependent on you. But while you're on probation, the answer is no. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. 200 hours of community service restitution. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months, 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Cap evaluation out of custody, follow recommendations. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need to be successful? All right, good luck to you. If there's anything you need, be sure to let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing the issue, you can always come back to court. All right, thank you.
Thank you, John.
CR 010023D, State versus Julian Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record? State, defense,
Julian Munoz.
and are you Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
According to the plea, the state recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2024 PF 06020. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, sir.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
No objection.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
No objection to proceeding.
All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
My son is 7 years old.
And are you in his life?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is Child Protective Services in your life?
No, ma'am.
So who does your 7-year-old live with?
He lives with the mother of my child,
Okay.
his mama.
So how often have you been using?
Well, I've been using since I was with this. I've been using this drug for about since I was like 21.
And how old are you now?
18 maybe around that age.
And how old are you now?
I'm 29.
All right. Do you have any family in San Antonio?
Yes, ma'am.
Mom, dad, support system?
Yes, ma'am. I have a mom and brothers who don't use.
All right. How far did you go in school?
I graduated.
Why did you start using?
I started using there was the one of the reasons was because I had gotten off my medication and during that duration I was I was trying to get my life back together, but it was going down spiral. And during the midst of that, I ended up using drugs, and I found that drug in particular to be somewhat helpful.
All right. What's your diagnosis?
I suffer from schizophrenia, ADHD, insomnia, and anxiety, severe paranoia.
All right.
Severe anxiety.
And why were you at a motel as opposed to being with one of your family members or living with them?
That was really I was really waiting on an opportunity for this girl to come through. She was supposedly gonna come through, and during that time frame for me waiting, that the situation occurred to where some guy was like, hey, you could stay in my room with me for a little bit because I've seen you waiting out here for a little while. And
Just
so-
a random guy.
Yeah, just a random guy. And really, it was like to the point to where I really didn't know him, and it was like he was kind of like I didn't want to be like, nah, I'm good. And one thing led to another.
All right, this is what this court is going to do. Take in consideration 2024 PF 06020, 4 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be no contact with Andres Tamallo, Christie Brown, Sandra Torres. Just one moment. And no contact with the Budget Inn Motel. We're going to do a MIC evaluation and TAP evaluation in custody. Follow recommendations. Referral to felony drug court in custody. Proof of employment or SSI within 45 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular random UAs. Field visits 1 time per month for 8 months. 200 hours of community service restitution. When's the last time you had any type of employment?
I had employment prior to my arrest. I was working at I was doing like carpentry.
Mhm.
It was a job that I received from a family friend.
And I'm going to order parenting classes. And if you complete your parenting classes, which I'm ordering, 100 hours of community service restitution will be waived. Another 100 will be waived if he completes, get a certificate in trade school. Field visits 1 time per month for 8 months and no unsupervised contact with minors. And CPS compliance if applicable. Yes. Is there anything else that you need?
As of now, I think that sounds pretty good to me, because considering it is allowing me to build a foundation on being out there in the free.
All right.
So,
All right, good luck
thank
to you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Your
you.
Honor.
Thank you. Mayo Junior, can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Megan Galloway for the state.
defense?
Samuel Laws for Mr. Tamallo.
And are you Mr. Tamayo?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review that with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Tamayo, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, and I would like to address the court, so I can just let you know what I'm doing in Texas. I'm from California.
Okay, I mean, does,
I mean, it ain't gonna make a difference.
all right, then maybe your attorney doesn't want to talk about what you're doing here. All right, counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1B, 4 grams to 200 grams. That's a second degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes,
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
yes,
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
I try not to, but yes.
Well, I mean, it's either you did or you did not. If you want a jury trial, we can set you for jury trial.
No, I just give up the rights,
All right.
right?
Mr. Tamayo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, but I would like to
Anyone?
tell somebody,
Yes.
it's about you. I came to visit a cousin in July. And I was here only for a month. It took 5 months for me to see a court date. I lost my brother, I lost my cousin that I came to visit while I was incarcerated, lost my aunt, lost my sister-in-law too. And I was hoping for probation, you know what I mean, go to Victory Outcry and get a blueprint and help out the community, give you guys a year. And have the community speak for itself, you know what I mean?
All right. Well, what I can tell you is this is Texas, not California, and that's not the way things are done here. So my question is,
I also know what's constitutional,
anyone-
not constitutional.
has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
Nah,
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
I just finished doing 10 years.
All right. Has anyone promised you anything other than this plea bargain agreement?
No,
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
anywhere I can't complain.
All right. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am. In
Court will find
California.
that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I understand it all.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes,
To
ma'am.
the offenses charged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contents.
State any evidence.
State offers state's exhibit number 1 and attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
I signed a paper to get extradited. They said 30, 60, 90 days. Am I gonna get extradited back to California?
You're going to serve your time of in custody in Texas prison, and then they will transfer you.
I thought I was gonna get extradited before that.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will
Man.
find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, hell yeah.
All
I
right.
love Texas. Yeah.
Court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison.
Mhm.
There's a $2,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. There's to be no contact with Sandra Torres, Sandra L. Torres.
Why is that?
All right. Counsel, is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights? And I'm sorry, also no contact with Julian Rodriguez.
How do you know that, dude? I met him that day.
And Christie Brown, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain, counsel, did he review the document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Good luck with you. You may take him.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Christine Brown. Hello, hi. Well, I saw your case is being set for a motion to suppress today. Ms. Ferguson, is there a reason why her attorney is not here? We're trying to, have you had contact with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
But we're here on Brown for a motion to suppress.
Your Honor, may I address the court?
Yes.
I requested the officer who received what is believed to have been the consent search from Ms. Brown. That officer is not coming in for today's hearing, so if the court will allow me, I'll file a motion to dismiss for missing witness.
All right, thank you so much.
If you'll
So-
excuse me.
Yes. So do you want to wait for your attorney or do you want the dismissal?
Dismissal, please.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
I better today,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Thank you for dressing appropriate for court.
Mm,
All right, so if you, he's doing the dismissal now. If you'll just have a seat and I'll get that to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.